What's up YouTube? Today's video is on the top 10 most destructive hurricanes in US history.
Number 10 is the 1935 Labor Day hurricane. This hurricane was an unpleasant surprise. The storm, which tore through the Keys on September 2, 1935, with 185 miles per hour winds and a storm surge of more than 20 feet, had only been a Category 1 hurricane the day before when it spun across the Bahamas. By the time it got to the U.S., the hurricane had changed its initial melatonin for something far more sinister.
At number 9, we have the 1928 Southeast Florida Lake Okeechobee hurricane. The monster Category 5 storm terrorized Puerto Rico first before turning its attention to South Florida, where it made landfall near West Palm Beach with 145 mile-per-hour winds. While the hurricane destroyed around 1,700 homes in the city, the areas surrounding Lake Okeechobee saw far worse damage. The lake overflowed thanks to storm surge and flooded the surrounding area in 10 to 15 feet of water.
Number 8 is Hurricane Irma. Hurricane Irma sustained itself for nearly 2 weeks, causing widespread damage throughout the Caribbean and the Florida Keys. The Category 5 storm peaked with 180 miles per hour winds, decimating the islands of Barbuda, St. Barts, St. Martin, Anguilla, and the Virgin Islands. Irma caused $65 billion in damages and was 2017's top Google search both in the US and globally.
At number 7, we have Hurricane Camille. Camille was so strong that no one knows exactly how fast its wind speeds were, as they destroyed all the wind measuring equipment at the heart of the storm. Camille was compact, so the storm surge of 24 feet in southern Mississippi was relatively focused and had caused a narrower swath of destruction than a larger storm may have. Camille's destructive path cost over $1.4 billion in damages.
At number 6 is Hurricane Andrew. As a relatively small hurricane, it still packed a punch. When it made landfall in Florida, it was estimated to be a Category 5 hurricane, though it had weakened to a Category 3 by the time it hit Louisiana. What made Andrew dangerous were its extreme wind speeds. About 127,000 homes in Florida were damaged, leading to a total cost of $26 billion.
At number 5, we have the 1926 Miami hurricane. The true tragedy of the hurricane is that, as the eye passed over the storm, residents thought the storm was over and left their shelters. The worst part of the storm, the 10-foot storm surges, were yet to come. Inland, high winds blew water from Lake Okeechobee toward the shore and the town of Moorhaven, which is almost completely flooded. Damages were estimated at $105 million, more than $100 trillion in today's dollars.
At number 4 is Hurricane Harvey. Hurricane Harvey barreled down on southern Texas as a Category 4 storm and caused extensive flooding in the Houston metro area. The storm later hit Louisiana as a tropical storm. 40 inches of rain poured down in Houston and surrounding areas over 4 days, displacing more than 30,000 people and causing $125 billion in damage.
At number 3, we have the 1900 Galveston hurricane. Known as the deadliest hurricane in the country's history, the Galveston hurricane hit Galveston Island, Texas in 1900. The hurricane missed Florida and soared over the Gulf of Mexico with winds of more than 120 miles per hour. Water levels repeatedly rose to more than 20 feet as the hurricane reached Category 4 strength. More than 3,000 homes were destroyed and damage was estimated at more than $900 million in today's dollars.
At number 2 is Hurricane Katrina. Katrina hit Florida and the central Gulf Coast with a double whammy. Like many storms, its winds knocked down trees and damaged buildings, but the storm surge caused the most damage as it peaked at an estimated 28 feet in parts of Mississippi. Most memorably, this surge breached the levees and floodwalls of New Orleans, causing catastrophic flooding in 80% of the city and a total of $108 billion in damages in all areas affected.
At number 1, we have Hurricane Maria. Following the already devastating Hurricane Irma of fall 2017, Hurricane Maria blew through Dominica as a Category 5 and Puerto Rico as a Category 4, making it the worst disaster to affect those islands. With maximum wind of 175 miles per hour, Maria caused $90 billion in damage, the third costliest recorded tropical cyclone. Maria also became the deadliest Atlantic hurricane, claiming 3,000 lives.
Okay everyone, that's the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And to all those in areas affected by Hurricane Florence, stay safe.